Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see today, this is something a little bit different. It is not The Sims, it is in fact Animal Crossing. And I'm on my island of Bagel, which is actually my second island and one that I just decorate for fun. I am almost finished with it, but I really need some motivation to get it done. So I thought I'd bring you guys along for the ride with me. I haven't been on this in absolutely ages. I have no idea what the state of the island is going to be. Oh, there's Isabel. Let's see if she's got anything interesting for us today. It is not, in fact, August. I am a time traveller on this island, so if you hate time travelling, I'm really sorry about that. There's not a lot I can do. And Flick's here. While I have no use for Flick, really, because I do use the dreaded treasure islands for this one, he's probably just going to get in my way, so here we go. Oh dear, that's not good. Yeah, it really has been a while since I've been on this island. Ooh. Okay, well, I'm gonna go and check my mail. This is actually voiceover Emma. I did do this all yesterday and I am recording now when it's cold. I would have put my face on screen, but quite frankly, my daughter, I think, has shared her cold with me, so nobody needs to see me. So if my throat sounds a little bit scratchy, that's probably why. As you can see, there are weeds absolutely everywhere, and I did actually do a scoot around and there are tons of them. So I'm going to put my speedy shoes on and I'm going to pick them all up really, really, really quickly. See, look, super speed. There are so many. So like I said, this is my food court island, and which is quite fun. So all the villages are food themed. They either look like food or they have a food name, and they all have an area that corresponds with them. Ooh, a lost item. I'm finishing up the islands. I'm trying not to show you all the areas, so I did cut out quite a lot of it, but you can see that there are a lot of areas that are actually finished. There's just a few of them. I don't think there are too many. Oh, there we go. See, my rep Sugar is very happy. And I realised when I was doing this that I forgot to actually show you the map and the villages, so I had to go back and record this bit. This is the map of Bagel. All of the terraforming is complete. Everything is where it needs to be. There are just a few areas that need to be finished. I need to do Apple's area, which we are going to do today. There is an area outside of Tangy's house. I need to finish Tia's, and I need to completely do my resident rep's house. This is Apple's house. She has an apple orchard, which I know is very original, and a cider. This is Cookie. Cookie has a sort of like a bakery, a biscuit bakery, cookies, the pretzels, that sort of thing, and an outdoor seating area. Next up, I think we go to Ketchup. I did have this in alphabetical order when I was looking at the sprites. So that's, yeah, there we go, Ketchup. She has the, again, very original pizzeria and a tomato farm. I know. What else was I supposed to give her? And just look at her. She's adorable. She had to be on this island. I couldn't not have her here. Next up is Lolly, who has a sweet shop and a play area. She's a little bit kidcore in her area, and I really like that. It's just this bright burst of colour on the rest of the island, which is really, really fun. It's one of my favourite areas on the island, and I think it took me about 3 days to complete. All of the houses are decorated on the inside as well. So Lolly's is just this big pink fun explosion of sweets and colour. Next we have Meringue, the strawberry rhino. Again, it's pretty self-explanatory. She has a strawberry patch outside and she has a cake shop because, I mean, look at her. Of course she has a cake shop. She even wears the little chef outfit. I had to give her that. And it was fun trying to make her space really different from Cookies as well, even though they share a similar thing. Mint was a really, really fun villager to do. I really badly wanted her on my island just for the snooty personality while I was on the island. And she actually has a herb garden, which she grows all these different herbs and she grows them, and she has like a little herb shop inside her house as well. That was so much fun to build because it's completely different. Sprinkle has an ice cream shop. What else was I going to give her? She's over by the campsite. She has this really cool outdoor area on the peninsula that sort of stretches down onto that little bit of beach there. I really love her house. I really love the interior and the exterior. It was so much fun to put all that together. Tangy has a smoothie shop. Of course she does. Again, that whole area down by the dock, she has, or the pier, whatever, I have no idea what it's called. She's down there in that bottom right corner. She has the whole area of beach. It's part of her farm, her fruit sort of farm behind her house needs finishing off. I didn't actually change her exterior. It's still that orange and green because it fits so well and I really liked it. And it's literally her in house form. So that was And hers is, again, just more colour. Tia has a tea shop. I almost got chai for this island from the Sanrio villages, but I really like Tia. I think she's such a cute elephant, and I don't know when I'm ever going to use her on another island. And so I decided to take her instead of chai, even though I am using the Sanrio items for her tea shop, because I think they're really adorable. I love her little maid outfit as well, and everything about her just fit really well in this without having, this great massive teacup on her head. So that was fun. And then Zucker. This might be a little bit controversial, but I did do research into the actual Animal Crossing villages, and I realised that he's sort of based on a food. I can't remember what it is now. And so he's down here at the very bottom, and he has this whole stretch of beach for his seafood restaurant. I know. It works, okay? Just trust me. You can just see my entrance there as I run up to resident services to change my outfit for the day. Have a little picnic area, a little lemonade stand. It was just a really fun area to sort of do that, and you can branch off between the lemonade stand and the picnic area as well. I went into this video knowing that I was going to do Apple's area, and I was really hoping that I would have an Apple outfit. And I know I have that one, but I didn't really like that one when I had it on, and I just forgot to delete it. So I ended up going for this cherry sweater set, which is just so cute, and it's one of my favourites that I downloaded. I will try and see if I can find the code and put that in the box for you. So up here now, there's Flick. Yes, Flick, thank you, very helpful. I'm up here by Apple's area. Apple's area and orchard is actually 2-tiered. So this is the 3rd tier, this is the very top. And I'm just going here now, putting stuff through, and then I'm going through and I'm putting out the stuff that I thought I would need. I kind of knew what I wanted to do here. So I knew I wanted her to have the orchard and like a cider farm sort of thing, like an apple cider farm. And so I knew I wanted to use some of the simple panels, and I wanted to use some stalls to have like a selling area as well as having all of the trees around. And so that took me a while because I realised I didn't have any stalls, so I had to go and do some crafting. I do craft 4 stalls. I don't use all of them. I only use 2 of them, I think, in the end, because of 1, the space constraints, and 2, that was all I really needed to have her area sort of be complete. So you see me here, I'm doing all of these. Flick comes back in every now and then, and they are extremely helpful with their cheerleading, as you can see, clapping for me. Thank you, Flick. Thankfully, they didn't get too much in my way, and they did move on quite quickly after that. They obviously realised that I wasn't going to give them any bugs today, nor was I going to commission anything from them. So they went off to find some poor other sucker on the island who would do it for them. I go into here to customise them all now because obviously I want them to match. And that's the point when I realised I didn't actually have an Apple custom design. So I ended up using the patterns that, is it Sable? The little grumpy one in the corner of Able Sisters. I ended up using just those patterns that she gave me, and it worked really well. I go for the apple one, I think, in the retro, and this polka dot, and it looks really cute when it's finished. I didn't know if it would work, so I was a little bit skeptical about it, but I was really pleased that it did. This is quite a large area, and it really did take me longer than I thought. Like, seriously, I had about, I think, well over an hour of footage of doing this. So I'm really glad that I already had the paths and the trees in place from when I was sort of planning the island out before I started doing any of the decorations. Because I didn't know how much longer that would have taken me if I actually had to put all of that down right now. I do customize Apple's house as well. In this video, you do only see the exterior of that right at the very end, because that would have just made this video too long. And it didn't really take me that long to do her interior. I still have to do Tia's interior, so I might combine the footage of those 2 sort of redecorations into one, because it just makes sense, because everybody else's is done. And I don't really like doing interiors. I have to be honest, it's not my favourite thing, and I'm dreading my house. But I actually did watch a video where I saw somebody had sort of used the fake walls and the columns from the DLC, and they'd actually blocked off the doors, so they just had this one massive room. I might do that, and then just have the upstairs and the basement room for me, because my house I'm going to turn into a farm area, because it's about the only thing I don't have. Now, while places, people like Lolly has a little sugarcane farm because she has a sweet shop. Tangy is going to have, I think, just pineapples, actually. And I've got a few of, I do have a few of the vegetables spread throughout the island. Like, there's a pumpkin patch as well. But I don't have anywhere for, like, the carrots, the wheat, and what's the other one? Never mind. Potatoes. Oh, how could I forget potatoes? I love potatoes. So I'm going to have all of those outside my house and have that as a little farm. I haven't done anything with it. I have the most basic decoration inside from when I was sort of rushing on the journey to 3 stars. I will stop rambling now. As you can see, so I'm starting to put the panels down. I really love this design, the way they're in the crates. I just think it's such a cute one. And I really wish I could have made it work on a stall. If I could customize the top differently to the bottom, it would have been absolutely perfect. But as it is, this ended up working out really well. And I was really happy with the way these stalls ended up with the simple panels. My brain is not working. I had so much fun popping all these little decorations down. I didn't really know what it was supposed to be as I was putting it down. My idea kind of evolved that it was supposed to be, you know, this massive selling sort of farmer's market area. But then I already have a farmer's market outside of Nooks. So I didn't want to have one that was too big. And obviously that farmer's market has its own little fruit and veg stand as well. But my idea of that is that the stalls that are there, the villagers sort of sell their stuff. So like, for example, Meringue sells her cakes there and Cookie sells her biscuits and her bread and whatnot there as well. The wheat fields, I don't use the hundreds and hundreds of them, but they really just fill in those awkward little areas here. Like, for example, here I've got the areas behind the house and the stalls, and they were just so awkward because you can't really see them. And I actually think, yeah, I mean, how many times have we done that? I go to put it down. No, here, would you like to see my jam? I didn't make it. I got it from a Treasure Island, but would you like to see it anyway? No, I didn't think so. Anyway, back to the trees. I have all of these areas behind the house and behind the stall on the left that I didn't really want anybody to access because there isn't really much point. If you want apples, you can get apples. You don't need to go back there. I actually think the one behind the house gets blocked off. I think I put some stuff down that completely blocks that off from actually being able to access. So a lot of the stuff behind there is a few flowers, there's some wheat fields, and mostly some codes on the ground to just sort of stop weeds populating. Although I don't mind if the weeds do pop up, because in the right place they do work. And I feel like in an orchard, a weeds is kind of, you know, you would have weeds in the orchard. So here I'm just decorating. I do go back and forth quite a few times. This is about the most decor I put behind the house is the soil bags, and I know later I do put a cardboard box. I love these crates as well. I got them for my farmer's market, and I've got so many of them and I use them everywhere. I use them in my actual orchard as well, which is my campsite, and a couple of them just fit really perfectly. And this is where I got stuck, and I was so annoyed. I tried for ages to get out because I got in. Of course I should be able to get back out of there, but no. So I had to use this for the first time. So I spared you all of their rules. And here we go. I am now back home. I don't trust those guys. I don't think they have any idea what they're doing, to be honest with you. So as you can see, I really have never used them, and I've been playing on this island for ages. Now we're back because I didn't want to spoil you on the way here because, of course, me and Apple are on opposite sides. Again, I'm just filling in with more custom designs. I didn't have many of these ground ones. These are really about the only 3 that you see throughout, because a lot of the designs I do have are food. As you can see in the little area just down by the side, I've got like pretzels, I've got the little apple juice, I've got, you know, the banana peel. I've got a lot of these little things like this, as well as my 2 different paths. So I don't have many of them to put down, but again, behind the house, you're not going to see it. You can't walk through there and when the dream address goes up, so it doesn't really matter. This balloon, I believe, is what stops you actually being able to walk through there. So I have a couple of apples around just for a bit of decoration as well, because of course she's going to sell actual apples. Now I'm doing this, and at one point I almost got stuck here as well, but I spare you that because I just cheat and move the fence out of the way. More of the wheat fields, a bit more decoration here. This one, I imagine, I put this apple pie down. I imagine that Meringue or Cookie give it to her. You know, she takes them over there and then they bring them back for her to sell. It's a bit of a team effort. I really love these biscuit bricks as well. They just make me really happy. I love how unique they are, but at the same time, they fit really well. And you wouldn't necessarily know that they were biscuits unless you actually looked at them. And I kind of like they're a little bit different from the cookie path. I think after this, in a second, we do go down to the bottom half. Here we go. So this is the bottom half. It's really just a glorified walkway. I couldn't bring it much forward because then you go into the campsite and then you go into Tangy's area, and I didn't want to restrict those areas. So this is really quite basic decorations. This is just, you know, there's a bit of hedging for the fencing, just to cover the area more than anything. I didn't want to put too many actual items down here given that everything was there above, but the bench seemed to fit, so did the lawnmower. Again, a couple more of these, and this is just speedy of me putting down more flowers, more codes, because I didn't really need to do much else at this point. I put down all the actual items except for a decoy duck, which I do in a second after a bit of a fight on this little ledge. But I'd already put everything down that I needed to do, so I thought I would just speed through this and save it for you. And we are coming to the end of the video and this build right now, which does make me happy. You will get to see the exterior of Apple's house. I prefer it like this, especially with the way it is. Here we go. I did find my apple outfit, and yes, I know the umbrella is an orange. I didn't have the apple one and I couldn't be bothered to go and get one. As you can see, I've dotted some apples around. The idea is that they've fallen from the trees and they're just there for a little bit of decoration more than anything. Obviously, you can't pick them up and you can walk straight through them. I might put a bucket or something there to collect the apples as it is. But we're going up now, and this is where you can get a look at Apple's house. Like I said, I have done the interior, but I was hoping to show it, but she's not actually in, so you're going to have to wait for that one. I really like how this turned out. I'm really happy with the way this sort of came together. I've been sitting on doing her area for so long, and I left her to last because I really wasn't sure. But I'm really pleased with it, and I really hope you guys like it. Thank you so much for watching the video today. If you did enjoy it, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. I will have more Animal Crossing and Sims content coming soon, but especially Animal Crossing because I really enjoyed making this for you. I'll see you soon.